So, finally, time to come back and do Typhon Ephemeros. I have been busy with, what is it? Like, pretty much every other game but FGO lately, especially Etheria. But Typhon, I'm happy to talk about this character, especially after how I was using her yesterday. My version, which is MP2 level 100, can full on, like, fight Cavalry class as a pretender. I was doing, who was it? Um, shoot. Oh, Alexander. I was doing his interludes pretty much the entire time. I was not taking Typhon off. It was, I think, Karna, Arjuna, um, not Martha. It was something else. Alexander, and there was like one other character that I was doing yesterday for rank ups, but oh well. But yeah, this character does so fucking well in Buster farming, like to the point it is just a benefit that this character came out when it did. Reason being is that Bond 15 for Vitch and Oberon, and I guess now to Summer Chloe, really just makes it so you can pretty much any servant can just load up Black Rail if they're able to do it. The current bond point economy makes it so you're not taking a loss for doing such a high cost team like that. At that point, you are just like power farming your farmer up to bond 15, which I'm all for them making new ways to play this game. Like, this game is about to hit its 10th anniversary. I don't think people should still be loading up their CEs how they were back when Castoria first released. Like, if you think about it, like now, or back in the day, getting 30% extra bond bonus, you had to go through a lot of extra steps for that. Now, 30% is literally you run lunchtime and you put the character in the front line. So, just like putting things in perspective before we start talking about the character. Basically, it's just easier to do different comps with her. Like I literally took off the normal buster farming, CE, put on some Kuro, and like there wasn't even that much of a damage difference. I like not Black Rail, but starting from zero essentially, and again, not a lot of difference. Um, Still able to fight through cavalry. So base attack 12.8k. This is part of the reason her base attack is stupidly high. Like definitely top upper echelon of um, attack stats. Unfortunately, it's only a 1.0 modifier, so Berserker would obviously outdamage her. I don't think anyone was gonna say she was gonna do worse, or I mean, do better than a Berserker. But like in terms of just like pure stats, a Berserker with this level of attack would just do more damage. MP charge 0.6%, with very like if you crit on these cards, you do a mighty chain, you are getting a lot of refund back, like a considerable amount. Whenever you have triple buster deck, they always make the quick and arts cards really good to make up for the fact that you only have two cards that can gen NP, while other characters have like four. Some have three, and usually their arts cards are better. Chaotic Evil. So I was doing insta-kill farming on the dancing coins node, the storm pod node, with 331 lancers. Uh, it like instead of using a command seal to refill the domain, I literally just crit that thing to death with this character. Um, Again, she is chaotic evil, so if you're doing double domain, she gets 80% attack, 200% crit damage, and you also are putting like 60% defense down. Um, it cannot be understated how much a character like this just like really helps out someone like Doman. Like you cannot bring Doman to fight Night Class. You can bring Typhon, and the fact that they work so well together is just a cherry on top. So, yeah, like, and again, from that perspective, it doesn't even matter what level MP you have. my MP2 Typhon would be doing the same damage, like critting something to death, as a level 100 MP1. So kind of keep that in mind. Buster farming is not everything for this character. But that also goes to pretty much any other chaotic evil servant that is just like not an alter ego. Like you can kind of swap her out. It's just that with her kit, she just works really well for that kind of playstyle. Plus the triple buster makes it like you have a better chance of having the chain when you need it, and that too can't be understated. But yeah, for bond bonus, animal characteristics, this is the CE I was using on her for most of my farming, or now at least. Um, what else was it? It was animal characteristics, costume owning, costume owning. So these two at base, she gets 40%. Um, and I also think this is now working. Yes. So again, just look at the Chaldea app. Take off that. Take off that. Take off that. Take off that. All right. Vitch at 60. Yep. Reason I took off the others are just because there's no way Typhon can get counted for caster, rider, lawful good, or living human. Sorry, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure she's a pretender because she's not a living human, but I might be wrong about that. Even that, because I don't know case files like that. Yep, nope. All right. So overall, upstairs, really good. Moving on to skills now. Don't want this to take too long. First skill, invul to attacks 3 turns, 20% attack, 20% buster for 3 turns. This is not a charisma, but you also have to remember this is going to get doubled, so in buster farming. So it's 40% attack and 40% buster. These two multiply into each other and just get you a better number. I believe that would be 1.44. Yep, 1.44. So it's more damage than just adding them together, and as you add more stuff into the formula, the number will get even bigger. Second skill. This allows you to swap out a Vitch for Alco, but you do need a Pen 5 to do that. But now because and I was fine with talking about using Alco as a substitute before, when Vitch, you couldn't use Vitch. I'm honestly probably going to stop bringing up using Alco as a substitute. It's something you can do, but the fact that you have to use K-Scope for it, for regular farming just makes it completely impractical. I've always felt that way about it. Just saying it. I never said that this was a replacement in a lotto or anything. I always said this is just a fun thing to farm, swap out and use Alco when maybe you have better options, but again, that was because I didn't want my bitch to be Bond 15. So again, metas do shift in this game, and half the time it's not even characters, it's based on systems. A Pens changed up the game, Bond 15 changed up the game. So yeah, a lot of meta stuff just happened and you usually don't even have to pay for it. At least recently, these days. So second skill, overcharges 1 ally's MP 2 stages 1 time for 3 turns, reduce their skill cooldown, increases crit damage 3 turns, and 15 stars. Going back to the Doman example, I'm popping quick MPs back to back. Sometimes I don't have enough stars in the next wave, and that's on me. I should have probably carded or should have actually done a quick chain in the second wave. So her getting a little bit of stars just makes the burst cleanup a lot easier. But again, this 30% would be doubled with Vitch. And we keep moving on. Oh yeah, something to note. If you don't have a Pen 5 unlocked and maxed out, you do need this to be popping this on her, I believe. Otherwise, you're not going to increase the crit damage. Yeah, you're not going to be able to double pop the crit damage because this is on a 7-turn cooldown, not a 6-turn. Third skill. 30% battery for herself, 20 for the entire party. This does include herself, so she does have a 50% battery. It's just split so that everyone else in the party gets hit. Very similar to Phantom Moon. And then another attack, like a charisma on top of it. So she has 40% attack, 50 buster, 30% crit damage in her kit. And also, I'm going to even count this as super effective. She has 10% super effective in her own kit. All of that gets doubled. You're ending up at 80% attack, 40% buster, 60% crit damage, and 2 stacks that will increase her super effective. Moving on, 5% gauge per turn, 10% MP damage, 10% crit damage. When I was doing the math and posting it on community posts, this is where I messed up in my calcs. I did not include her having a passive 10%. Lol. Next passive, buff removal resistance 30%, but 30% debuff res down. Unfortunate. But, sorry. It would be unfortunate if her super effective wasn't getting debuffed. That's the thing. This is the one character that, like, you actually do want her to get debuffed to hell and back. Now, I personally don't like the idea of, like, her constantly getting attacked down. I feel at that point the super effective isn't going to help as much. But when your attack is so goddamn high that you losing 60% attack brings you down to a normal 4-star level, I kind of think, like, at that point, you're, like, again, her base attack is this high at level 90. It goes up to here at level 120. You can bring this up to 1800 with foes. So, yeah. Yeah, like a 60% reduction would be damn close to the base level of a 4-star. And, like, through that process, you also get SE. So, yeah, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Plushy. Like, he does all the actual gameplay. I'm still trying to get everything ready for that, but it's soon, I promise. Uploads of, like, actual gameplay will be, like, very soon. I just need, like, the QP and lures to, like, make everything work. Alright, and then this is Bond 15. Okay, so normal farming and for Black Rail or starting from 0, you need this unlocked. This is non-negotiable. However, whether you need this or not, like, you can move the cooldown reduction to someone else in the party. Again, that kind of is dependent on you and, like, what your whole setup is. Like, even, okay, so, like, even how I was buster farming, it was Oberon, Typhon, and Summer Chloe out in front. Summer Chloe went back, Vitch came in, and then I plug suited in the Vitch and that was happening during turn 2. That setup was literally because both Oberon and Kuro, like, neither one of them is Bond 15. So it would make sense to put them in the front line so they get the Bond bonus with Typhon. Thing is, that also means both Vitches are in the back line, so turn 1 damage is shit in that particular setup. Just having this unlocked means you have more flexibility, including whether or not you're using Vitch or not. Again, I'm not saying whether that's optimal or not, I'm just saying it is an option you can do. Alright. MP, 7-hit buster, ignores invul, damage to all enemies. I really wish I remembered this ignored invincibility. I really, really wish I would have remembered this. because that would have saved me so much time of looking for CEs during the story or some shit. I forget why, but like I know I was pissed about something related to the invul. But yeah, super effective. That scales based on the number of debuff stacks. So debuffs include DOTs, and I would highly, highly recommend you try to go for DOT, like getting DOTs on yourself versus getting like debuffs that are either A, going to get Typhon killed, or B, stop Typhon from doing damage. Um, there are only so many bosses that actually do stuff like that. Um, Luckily, Plug Suit does have the offensive buff purge, but I believe that's I don't know if it's the latest offensive debuff. Hang on. Other gameplay, Mystic Code. Decisive battle. Yes. Okay. So it is all offensive buffs. Okay. So, um, yeah, I like it really does depend on like the math for this. It depends on the math whether or not you would actually do more damage keeping an attack down if it meant you got super effective. Um, Again, this is just how multiplication works. If one number is so high, it means the small increases you do on the other numbers make the total number a lot bigger than trying to raise what's already high. Like it's if you have something that's 10,000 and you raise it by 10, it goes to 10,010. If you take something that's 2 and raise it by 10, it goes to 12. Uh, I hope I don't have to explain the difference in what of something times 2 and something times 12. I hope I don't have to explain that difference. Um, but yeah, that this again is something you just play around with. Um, Burn and spread of fire. So if you do want to use Honey Lake, it is a little redundant, I will say, because she already has the invul, but the Honey Lake is more for face cards than anything at that point. Yeah. Yeah, no, Typhon is someone that you can make use of Honey Lake. 100%. Final thing, increases MP damage for one turn. Starts at 10, goes up to 50%. Decent scaling, although I don't like it starts at 10, but I'm not gonna complain too much because this character just has so much going on to it. And honestly, it feels like I've been talking about this character for a lot longer. Matt's the level ascension, not that bad. Like I would have raised a fuss about Comet Shards, but the last Grand Berserker raids literally dropped them, so I can't complain about it. Matt's to level, Foreign God Hearts, I think is just the most annoying, and probably Fruit right after. Although Fruit, I believe you can farm too. So again, it goes back to the hearts just not, or every character fucking needing these. And appends, these are pretty much all Lost Belt mats. And Ordeal Call. Like, yeah, no, it literally goes in order of the Lost Belts. 1, 3, 5, 5, OC1, OC3, OC4, yep. And finally, the Bond CE. 30% MP damage, and when you normal attack, you get crit damage for 3 turns, and you also curse yourself. So, this Bond CE is so disgustingly broken. It is so disgustingly broken, you actually would pick this over Black Rail. Mostly because A, you get to use your face cards a lot more. You want to use your face cards with Typhon. You get more. You can ramp up crit damage really easily. You cannot do that with Black Rail. Black Rail, it's all or nothing in MP damage. This gives you some MP damage, and it gives you super effective whenever you use your face cards. It is a damn fucking shame there is no Grand Pretender. If there was Grand Pretender, I think this Typhon would like steal it instantly for people. I don't even think there are any pretenders that have a Bonsi that is as impactful as this. We're gonna go like real quick through them. I think Babanshi might be one. No, hers is nowhere near as good. Hephaestion. It's okay, but not great. It wants her to be scapegoat, but that might not be what you want. So I'm gonna check Dante and Phantom Moon, and then move on from there, or move on from here and end the video. This is worth on her, but not by that much. Okay, yeah. So I would definitely say Dante is his Bon CE would, even his isn't as impactful, but it still like is a part of his gameplay. Um yeah, I hope in the future they just make it so every character can just run their Bond CE, not just Grand Servants. It's just Grand Servants can run two act like a Bond CE and another CE with it. Um, yeah, that's just kind of my thought process on it at this point. I think the Bond changes are great. Um, and I like at this point, I'm willing to wait for other changes they make before I give more feedback. Um, but yeah, Typhon. This character is fun. She's fun. Is she on like? I can't say whether she is on the same level as Tiamat. Reason being is Tiamat like you can Black Rail loop without needing Summer Chloe, so there is a party cost difference. Um, but in terms of like power, yeah, Typhon. I would say Typhon is the pretender equivalent to Tiamat. All right, peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.